Nike paid $35 for their logo design, and BP spent over $200 million. So how much should a logo cost, and is it even worth it? In this video, I'm going to break down all the factors that go into the price of a logo design and how much you should expect to pay. Whether you're starting your first business or thinking about upgrading your existing brand, I'm going to help you make the best choice and how to avoid the common mistakes that so many people make. I've been a graphic designer for the past 20 years, but in the last 5, I've decided to focus solely on just brand design. And in that time, I've helped hundreds of businesses create logos and identities that feel unique to who they are as a brand. But let me tell you, the nightmare stories that I hear all the time of people hiring a logo designer, spending their time and money, and then ending up with something that they don't love, or worse, something that makes them look really cheap and amateur, it just goes on. So understanding what goes into the cost of a logo can make all the difference between choosing the right designer for your business and getting a logo that actually works for you. All right, so let's break down the 4 key factors that affect the cost of a professional logo design. Plus, if you stick through to the end, I'm gonna give you a bonus tip. Now, first off, we're gonna start pretty obvious, and that is the experience and reputation of the designer. Now, established designers have solid portfolios and have done great work for a ton of different clients. They know the exact fundamentals that go into a good logo design and can create one that really speaks to your audience. And because they're experts, they're highly sought after and usually have to charge more to limit their time. Now, less experienced designers usually are just starting out and they might charge less just to build up their portfolio. They don't have a lot of clients and they have a lot of time, and this might save you a lot of money, but you might not get the same quality or creativity that you're looking for. Number 2 is the complexity of the design. For example, does your logo need a detailed illustration, or is it just a simple word mark? If so, the designer's going to need to do research, sketch ideas, and then work on a ton of different variations to make sure that it's absolutely perfect. And obviously, this takes more time and effort, so it naturally costs more. But with template-based designs, these are pre-made designs that can be tweaked. They're fast and cheap, but they don't have the unique qualities that can fully capture your brand. And as a quick pro tip, your logo does not need to literally show what you sell. For example, the Starbucks logo doesn't even have coffee in it. Moving on to number 3, let's talk about the scope of work and your project requirements. Basically, what do you actually need from the designer? Now, when you're starting a business or updating a logo, you often need more than just the logo itself. And I always tell my clients that they should consider upgrading to a full visual identity. I also let my viewers know that if they're enjoying the video, they can hit the like and subscribe button because it helps more than you think. Now, a visual identity can include things like a defined color palette, fonts and typography, a style guide that helps keep your brand looking the same everywhere, and your project may also include things like brand strategy, concepts and revisions, variations and file types. All of these deliverables add up in the end. And you can think of a great logo like a stylish tie. The tie could look great, but without the rest of the suit, it doesn't look complete and you look crazy. Number 4 is the level of personalized service. When you work with an experienced designer or an agency, you often have a better customer experience. This includes things like collaboration and communication, where you'll have conversations to discuss your ideas and goals. And this open line of communication and teamwork often helps you create a logo that fits you perfectly without getting stuck in endless revisions. But with lower budgets, the designer might just be an order taker instead of offering advice. And they might ask basic questions like, what color do you want? Or which font should I use? And oftentimes they just lean on using a questionnaire rather than taking the time to get to know you and your business. And while it may feel like you're in control, remember that if you were a design expert, you'd be doing all of this yourself. But remember, it is so important that you see your logo as an investment and not just an expense, because first impressions matter. And your logo is often the first thing that people see about your brand. And a well-designed logo shows trust, professionalism, and quality. In fact, 60% of people will avoid a brand with a bad logo even if they've heard good things about them. And a strong logo lasts a long time. And sometimes you're better off investing a little bit more upfront so that you don't have to spend the money or the time later rebranding. You could spend weeks tweaking a cheap logo to look the exact way that you want, only to wind up finding out that it doesn't work properly in print or digital applications. So, how much should a professional logo really cost? Here's a general breakdown. When you're working with freelancers, an entry-level designer can cost you anywhere between $100 to $500. And these are often beginners or hobbyists trying to gain experience. So they may offer you a low price just to get the project. However, you may be gambling with their lack of expertise. Now, a mid-level freelance designer can cost you anywhere between $500 to $1,500. And these are designers with some years of experience and a decent portfolio. They usually offer a good balance between cost and quality, although the results can be inconsistent. Then you have top-tier designers, and they can range between $1,500 to $5,000 and beyond. They're highly experienced professionals with strong portfolios that span across multiple industries, or they're highly specialized in their niche. They provide high-quality custom work, ask questions, and you don't need to hold their hand. In fact, it's usually the opposite, where they're guiding you. Now, you can also work with a design agency, and agencies are teams of designers that offer more comprehensive services. So for example, a small design agency like mine can range anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000, and typically they consist of anywhere between 2 to 10 people, and they offer a more personalized, intimate experience. Now, a mid-size agency might charge you anywhere between $5,000 to $50,000, and usually there's about 10 to 50 team members, and they offer more resources and different services. Now, a large agency might charge you anywhere on the low end of $50,000 to the higher end of $1 million and beyond. There's at least 50 different people spanning across multiple locations, and they have extensive resources to handle pretty much everything that you need. They work with major brands, big budgets, and will often take a long timeline to complete the project. As a side note, the size of an agency doesn't always mean better talent, it just means bigger bills. There are also online logo makers, AI, and templates that have a free to low cost. And these tools help you make your logo by yourself, but they often produce generic designs that your competitors are using. And they usually don't give you a unique or a professional look. And for that reason, I always recommend to stay away from them. Now remember, these are rough estimates. Actual prices can vary based on where you live, how in demand the designer is, and what your project needs are. And design is subjective, so what one person loves, another might not. And some people may not think that a higher price tag is actually worth it. But even if you're not a professional designer, people can usually tell when something looks cheap. I'd argue that you've been exposed to enough great design in your everyday life to know when something doesn't look right, even if you can't put your finger on why. And ultimately, only you know your business and the right path that you should take. But a simple rule that I always like to recommend is that if you're just starting out or working on your business part-time, it might not be the best idea to invest in an expensive custom logo. Instead, just use a classic font to write your brand name in black and white, and focus your time and energy on building your business and proving your concept first. But if you're growing and want to take your business to the next level, investing in a quality logo is investing in your future success. And to help you on your logo design journey, I've already created a free 30+ page guide filled with logo design tips and insights, and it's completely free. It's got things like where to find designers without the guesswork, 9 key traits of a successful logo design, red flags you need to watch out for, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Again, it's completely free. All you have to do is click the link in the description. So, what do you think a logo design should cost? And have you had any of these nightmare experiences? And if you have any questions when it comes to logo design and want me to make a video to cover it, let me know in the comments below. I read every single one of them and personally respond. And lastly, if you found this video helpful in any way possible, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you want to learn more tips on branding and design to help your business grow. Thanks for watching.